Greetings, my name is The Adipose, and this video series is going to be me sharing what I know about becoming a successful YouTuber. And this particular video is going to be looking at signing up to YouTube and getting started with your very first channel. Well, greetings everyone. Well, my name is The Adipose, and you can see my channel right in front of you there. I'm currently on 11,700 subscribers as of the 13th of October 2013. I'm on 1.5 million views and something like 300, maybe 400 videos. I'm not a massive YouTuber, but I like to think of myself as a reasonably successful one. I've been going a year and about 2 or 3 months. So I've gone all the way from 0 subscribers to 11,000 in this time. I regularly get kind of compliments on the professionalism of my videos, meaning they think they're quite professionally done. And over the course of this series, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I know about YouTubing and hopefully helping you guys en route to becoming successful YouTubers of your own. So the first thing you are going to need to become a YouTuber is, of course, a YouTube account. I've signed out of my account here, and this is the normal view that you would get when you come onto YouTube. And you may well have an account already, and if you do, you'll probably see it up here on the top right-hand side. You'll see some of your login details. It's entirely possible to kind of have an account which kind of subscribes to things without necessarily having kind of like a creator's account, but the one can easily merge into the other just by uploading a video. But essentially you'll click the sign in button, and if you've got an account, a Google account this is, you'll click in here, and if not, you need to create an account. Now YouTube is now owned by Google, or they have a kind of partnership together. So if you have a Gmail address or a Google account, you can use that to log into YouTube. But if you don't, then you will need to create a Google account. So don't get confused, because when we click create account, it is going to say to us, create a Google account, and you might be thinking, well, I want a YouTube account, not a Google account. But they are, for the purposes of this, the same thing. Now, what you'll need to do here is fill in details like your first and last name. Create a password. Always use a secure one, please. Nothing that's easily guessable. Now you've got to fill in your birthday. Now if you put yourself as being quite young, i.e. perhaps under kind of 16 years old, 18 years old, you will probably get an error, and it will tell you you are too young to have a YouTube channel. Now I'm not going to judge you either way, whether you decide to be honest or dishonest on your birthday there, but just be warned that you will need to tell Google that you are a certain age in order for it to let you go much further. You don't need to put the mobile phone in. I believe that one is optional, but you can use it for account recovery and things like that. So if you do have a mobile, you might put it in. The verification, you need to put in both numbers here. Of course, this may have changed. I mean, if you're watching this in a few months' time or a few years' time, you'll need to fill in whatever it is. But make sure you kind of put the first number here, whatever it is, and then space, and then whatever you see the second number. But sometimes they can be the other way around. It can be the picture on the left and then the digits on the right. And of course, make sure you agree to the Google terms of service. Now you can use your current email address, which then links to Gmail, or by clicking this, you can then choose a Google username. Now this does keep changing, so you'll need to kind of see what the current situation is, but sometimes your channel name could be linked to this Google username. Sometimes it's kind of using the first and last names that we've got here, but I would think rather carefully about what you put into these boxes, because it is possible that with the new Google Plus that people will see what you put into this first name and last name thing here. So you may if you're comfortable using your real name, then of course go for it, but you may wish to put something that makes you feel secure on the internet. Google and Google Plus has a really big thing about people using their real names. You can see here, just looking here, you got Sophia right here and Andreas. I can't read the surnames there, but they're quite keen on people using their real names. If you're below a certain age or you're uncomfortable about privacy on the internet, you may wish to put something a little bit different here. And the same goes for the Google username. Now in some situations it does seem to use these as your channel name, so of course don't put something here that you're going to be embarrassed for people to see as your channel name, and you might even want to put it along the lines of something that you think makes a good channel kind of an alias. And there's all sorts of channel names on YouTube. You know, some people kind of call themselves you know, like Hero Gaming. Some people call themselves just by their first name, like, you know, Jennifer or something like that, or Jennifer Pink. You know, you know, there's all sorts of little aliases. But just search around on YouTube and you'll see the kind of things that people call their accounts. But do think a little bit before you fill those in. Okay, and once you've got through that initial sign-up screen, you'll come to something like this, and whatever name you have put in that first section will be there, and you can add a photo if you wish, and when you're ready, click on to the next step. Then it will tell you, it'll give you kind of a welcome, it'll tell you the email address that you kind of signed up with, you'll get various notifications, and this is now part of the Google Plus network as well, which is another kind of social networking site which you can get involved with, but that's of course another set of tutorials. And at this point, we go back across to YouTube. We then get a lovely kind of welcome screen, and you can subscribe to various things. Now, you can skip this step. You don't have to subscribe to things, but I would strongly recommend that you do go and watch channels that are like the same similar to the same content that you want to make. And of course, you don't have to copy them. You can be something completely original and completely different, but it is really good to see what is out there and to see what kind of style people use, you know, to see what videos are successful or what videos are kind of unsuccessful, what people do in terms of like credits and video length, and, you know, all those little questions about what you're going to be putting up. So if you haven't yet subscribed to people, then I would actually take this opportunity to kind of pick on you know, these, because these are going to be some of the best. So I really would click on a few here before you move on. And that's not to say that your channel can't do more than one category, but I think it's probably going to be good for you to start off with one particular character. So I'll subscribe to some of the gaming ones and the film ones as well. But you choose something that's suitable for you, and then it'll give you a bit more of an accurate breakdown of which channels you're subscribing to, and then you can hit save, and you've subscribed to a few things, and you are now ready to go. Now, at this point, you now have the ability to get our channel properly going. We can click the upload button up here, and it will ask us what we want our channel to be. And now, by default, we are uploading as the name that you put here. Now, remember, of course, this could have changed. Like I said, the Google Plus idea does seem to be changing fairly regularly at the moment. You can edit this by going into your Google profile. We can add a kind of a nickname in the middle, so I might call myself there Spencer Adipose Morris or something like that. But there is another option here that says to use a business or other name. Click here. So that brings us to this page where we can choose what we want to name the channel. We have to choose a category. We have to talk about what age category it's suitable for. So, for example, if you're uploading videos with lots of kind of swearing in or gameplay that might be quite violent, you might want to restrict that in some way. I'm going to call mine The Adipose Lives, because this is going to be like my secondary channel for other little bits of bobs. I'm going to say that this is a product or a brand, because this is going to be a kind of a brand thing. I think it's going to be suitable for any kind of Google user. I don't tend to upload dodgy stuff. It's going to create me a Google Plus page, which is going to be a useful little additional way of advertising the channel and getting networking with my viewers and stuff, so that's good. And I will then agree to those terms. Of course, I strongly suggest you have a little read if you're concerned about what you might be signing up for, and we will click done. Now, one last thing I would say before we go too far in this is that you must think really carefully about your channel name and your brand name. And in fact, in part 2, I'm going to be talking in depth about what makes a good brand name, what makes a bad one, and what kinds of things you should avoid calling your channel. So you might want to check out part 2 before you actually click next. And it now quite happily tells us that we have added a channel to our account. So we signed up for a Google account, we then went across to YouTube, we subscribed to a few things, and we have now turned that account, or added a channel to that account, and we are now ready to upload. We can now go across into any of the features that YouTube has. I could drag a video across here. If I just bring across my one of my little folders here, these are all the videos I've been uploading recently. So anything there I can just drag in there if I wanted, or I can kind of select it manually by kind of digging around. And when you upload, you can choose the kind of privacy and things like that. But the point is now that the channel is made and we are ready to start uploading. If you before you complete this step, you can't get anything up and running. So I hope you found that useful. Do go and check out the next video in the series if you want to start finding out more about how you can get your channel kind of started. But of course, you have to successfully have completed the sign up step before you go further. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for lots more YouTube tutorials. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.